another song down here on this earth. I'll be singing with the angels in my new home.
No reclamamos a Estados Unidos que cambie su sistema político y social.
Raul Castro doesn't speak in public much, unlike his brother Fidel used to, so his rare appearances are watched closely. This one was at an equally rare meeting of Cuba's parliament. Raul touched on relations with the United States, telling deputies they'd held talks on several issues of late, suggesting that relations between the old ideological foes can be civilized. That is, he said, so long as neither country expects the other to change its politics.
Si realmente deseamos avanzar en las relaciones bilaterales,
if we really wish to advance our bilateral relations, we will have to learn to mutually respect our differences and to get used to living with them peacefully. That's the only way. Any other way, and we are willing to take another 55 years in the...
The aim of this, the latest in a whole series of protests, was to show that after so many weeks, they can still bring out impressive numbers of people onto the streets of Bangkok, and also to show that they can shut down the city centre. And they've certainly done that. And they're being backed by pressure now from the main opposition party, the Democrats, who are also saying they will not accept the government's election timetable. They won't take part. They're going to boycott it. That's given real encouragement to these protesters, and they're keeping up this push for their demand that the Prime Minister must resign, that there must be a committee that reforms the entire political system before any election, before any choice of a new government. But the question is, we still don't know how that committee will be appointed. We don't know how much longer they can keep these protests up. There's a huge amount we don't know, and the government is still sticking rigidly to its timetable of a February election.
If I never sang another song down here on this earth, I'll be singing with the angels in my new home. I'll be
All right, I promised we go to our Middle East correspondent for more on our breaking news this hour. The fact that an Israeli airstrike on the Gaza Strip's reportedly killed a young girl today. It's also injured several members of her family. There's a tit for tat currently going on. We think it's escalating as well. The IDF saying tanks and military are involved. Let's talk to Paula Slier. Paula, as I say, it seems like this is escalating as the hours are going on. Certainly the Israeli Prime Minister has called it very serious. What is the picture?
Well, yes, Kevin, in the last hour, the situation here on the ground has escalated quite dramatically. One Palestinian girl, a 3-year-old, has been killed in the Gaza Strip and some 9 others injured. Among those injured are her mother and her brother. This comes as some 10 Israeli airstrikes hit Gaza over the past few hours. Now, they targeted the Al-Makhazi refugee camp as well as Islamic Jihad and Hamas sites, both in Khan Yunis in the south of the Strip as well as in northern Gaza. Earlier on Tuesday, a Palestinian man was killed by Israelis west of Beit Lahia, which is also in the Gaza Strip. This was in retaliation to the earlier shooting and killing of an Israeli man by a Palestinian sniper. Now, this Israeli man was mending the border fence between Israel and Gaza when he was hit, and he died in hospital. What we're hearing now from Israeli sources is that this is the largest operation that the Israelis have carried out in terms of airstrikes over Gaza since the Operation Pillar of Defense back in 2012. The IDF has also sent out an alert in the last few minutes warning border farmers as well as all residents within the vicinity of Gaza to stay at least 1 kilometer away from the fence. And the understanding, of course, is that there could be further airstrikes in the coming minutes, if not in the coming hours. So the situation on the ground extremely volatile. We're following it closely, and everybody particularly concerned that this could escalate into something much bigger than what we're witnessing at the moment.
Yeah, Paula, thanks for the update for now. Paula Slier, our Middle East correspondent there.
I'll be singing in my Can I say it one more time? If I never sang another song down here on
unusually large amount of high-profile earthquakes sprung up across the globe over the weekend, causing extensive damage to a roadway in Mexico and leaving residents shaken in southern Europe, Egypt, and the U.S. Saturday, an earthquake near the Mexico-U.S. border collapsed chunks of this 300-yard stretch of highway.
The road is about 60 miles south of Tijuana. It passes over a geological fault. The earthquake ranged in magnitude from 1.3 to 4.3.
There were surprisingly no injuries, but one truck driver hauling 36 tons of cement had to wait hours before being pulled to safety. Also Saturday, a 5.8 magnitude earthquake reportedly hit the Mediterranean Sea, shaking nearby Turkey, Cyprus, and Egypt. That was followed by a 4.9 magnitude earthquake nearly 1,500 miles away around Naples, Italy, early Sunday morning. Residents reportedly slept in their cars in fear of aftershocks that might damage buildings. In the U.S., Oklahoma dealt with several earthquakes over the last week, with more striking over the weekend. Most were reported as minor, between 2.0 magnitude and 4.9, but the Midwestern state has rarely dealt with earthquakes until recent years.
We've had tornadoes and hailstorms and all those kinds of things, but never earthquakes.